Hi, welcome to your channel, Generous, Gracious, and Gallant. I'm your host, Mohr M. Ghosh, and I'm back today with another very inspirational story for you today. The story I have for you today is a story between two Olympians, Jesse Owens and Luz Long Ludwig. Jesse Owens was a black American athlete from the United States of America, and Luz Long Ludwig was a German athlete. Their friendship and the act of kindness by Luz stood the test of time and became a shining example, a shining beacon for mankind of the eternal human principles of respect and kindness. Friends, before we go on to the story, let me share with you a brief about the channel for those of you who have not yet subscribed to the channel, or for those of you who are just coming onto the channel for the first time. I started the channel Generous, Gracious, and Gallant on YouTube in May 2020 in view of the ongoing pandemic. The COVID 19 virus has decimated mankind. It has affected us both economically and medically. My intention was to provide motivation for mankind. Our mission is to inspire everyone to live by the eternal human principles of diversity, respect, kindness, honesty, integrity. Towards this, I share daily motivation on the Facebook group and you and on WhatsApp. Both these groups on Facebook and WhatsApp have about 845 and 190 members respectively. And on YouTube, which today has about 550 subscribers, I share inspirational stories of mankind at its very best. So I request you kindly subscribe to the channel and also share these videos with your friends and family so that they too are motivated to live by these eternal human principles. Friends, living by these human principles is not an easy task. It's difficult, an uphill task, and frequently success is going to be denied and delayed to you. However, when you taste success, it's going to be of a permanent nature. On the other hand, by ignoring these principles, you can taste success much earlier. However, it is in the long run bound to fail. Our task, our mission is to motivate people to not give up due to the delay circumstances of these principles. However, stick with these human principles, make them your cornerstones, and you're bound to taste permanent success in life. Coming back to our story, imagine this. Summer Olympics is taking place in 1936 at Berlin under the dictatorship of Adolf Hitler. And Adolf Hitler is hell-bent is proving in these Olympics that pure German Aryan blood produces the best of the human species. The event on 4th August is of the long jump. The competitor representing Germany is Karl Ludwig long, also called as Luz, who holds the European record for long jump. And he is eager to compete against black American athlete Jesse Owens, who holds the world record. And winning this could mean substantial success for Luz. Hitler would award him appropriately, and his life could become much, much easier, and he could be a mark for the German people, a shining beacon for Hitler's Germany. At the preliminary jump, Luz lived up to his reputation by setting an Olympic record. On the other hand, Jesse fouled on both his preliminary jumps, and he sat dejected at the end of the stadium, knowing that if he doesn't clear 7.15 meters in his third and final jump, he is bound to be out of the Olympics long jump event. Luz went up to Jesse Owens and told him to jump from a spot a few inches behind the takeoff point. Luz told Jesse that you have cleared this distance of 7.15 meters multiple times easily, and you're sure, despite taking off a few inches behind the takeoff board, to clear the required distance. Inspired by Luz's words, Jesse went on to the third jump and cleared it easily with 4 inches. During the finals, both Jesse Owens, the American black athlete, and Luz, the German athlete, broke the Olympics record 5 times. Jesse finally went on to win the gold with a jump of 8.06 meters, and Long won the silver medal. Despite being under Hitler's gaze, Long was the first to go up and congratulate American black athlete Jesse Owens. They posed for multiple photographs together and walked arm in arm in front of Hitler to the dressing room. Jesse Owens said later, "It took a lot of courage for Luz to befriend me in front of Hitler. I could melt down all the medals and cups I have, and it won't be a plating on the 24-carat friendship I felt for Luz at that moment." Luz and Long went on to correspond as friends much after the Olympics too. And in a letter to Owens, in the last letter which he wrote to Owens, Luz said to Owens, "Please to meet my son after the war and tell him about his father and what it was and how it was before the war, and tell him how it can be between men on earth." This was the last letter that Luz wrote to Jesse Owens. Luz paid a very heavy price for his friendship with Jesse Owens, and he met his maker fighting in World War II. He got injured on 10th July 1943 during the Allied invasion of Sicily and died 4 days later at a military hospital. Jesse Owens, after the war, traveled and met up with Karl, the sons of Luz Long, and also became the best man at Karl's wedding. Friends, the friendship of Jesse Owens and Luz Long is a shining beacon of the eternal human principles of equality and respect. In Nazi Germany, under the gaze of Hitler, Louis Long stood by the human principles and showed that he was a kind man, a man who lived by the eternal human principles and who, even under the danger to his own life, Louis Long stood by his principles. Friends, not all of us can be Louis Long, who can stand by these eternal human principles even on the face of death. However, I only request that you stand up in these difficult times when mankind is facing its biggest battle against the infamous COVID 19 virus. Make a difference to one person in your community. Your act of kindness will go a long way in mankind winning its battle against this infamous COVID 19 virus which has ravaged mankind. Before I leave, till we meet again with another amazing video on your very own channel, Generous, Gracious and Gallant, I request you once again, please do subscribe to the channel and join our mission by sharing these videos with your friends and family so that they too are inspired to live by these eternal human principles. Till we meet again, good luck, all the best, stay safe and try to live by these human principles. Thank you.